Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody's trying to cut this green out of this yellow, but when they do, they get multiple lines and little bitty bits and pieces. And if we look at the green, there's a line. I don't even know what this is. It says it's a curve. I don't know where it came from. Go to Object, you can't ungroup it. You can't convert it to curves. You can't break the curve apart. So the easiest thing to do, and first of all, the one I'm doing it for, change your nudge factor to 0, and keep it there. And also, you with nothing selected, you're making your boxes fill in no outline. If you will have nothing select, you'll in the future you'll appreciate this. With nothing selected, double click on that box and go right here, no fill. Double click on here and pick hairline in red. That way, when you draw a box, you get a red hairline. The way you had it, I don't know if it won't let me back up. When I was first doing it for you, it would fill that with green. So don't do that. You'll really learn, especially in this case. So what we need to do is get rid of these double lines, and the double lines are created by you've got double lines of colors here, and even the colors don't touch. I honestly don't know what this is. But what we're going to do is we're going to draw a rectangle and see how I'd put a box around it. I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool. I'm going to fill that in, and I'm going to nudge it over. I set your nudge factor on 3 inches, which is the size I needed. Then I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool, and you can do this 2 ways. Let's do it both ways. I'm going to make a plus sign. So now we got 2 ways. You can do this. You can go up to Object and break the curve apart, and then left click, right click, and there's your 2 items. And then since this is broken apart, you can delete this. And you have just a single cut line. But the easiest way I found is take your Smart Fill tool back. You don't have to set it on something other than blue, but then fill that in and nudge that over and that over. Then when you select these 2 and go no fill and red hairline, you have only 1 line and you have a cut line. Now, I would suggest, depending on what you're cutting this out and how big it is, and I don't know what this represents. It's somewhat cool. And I don't know what size circle this is because it's not perfectly round, but I'm going to make a circle that's 3 inches. And also lock your ratio. Once you've done that, if you're drawing even, keep your ratio locked, make it 3 by 3. Now, when you take your 2 new items and put them in there wherever you want, that's going to cut out. The circle is going to cut out and the pieces are going to cut out, and you're going to be left with, so you've got, well, I did it on green. This is, well, let's just do it in black. This is what you're going to cut out. It's going to be. The black is going to be the wood or the acrylic or whatever you cut out. And this is going to be a void, and we can prove that by the yellow box trick. And then I colored that, made that box yellow, and then I'm going to go to Object, Order, back a page. That's what you're going to cut out. And this is just 1 line. So let's look at this with no fill in red hairline, which it is. Those are hairline. Now this is what I'm saying. This is pretty abrupt cutting for a laser. Then you got a little bit of a problem there. That's going to be it's kind of not so bad because it's on the inside, but you're going to cut this out. So you're going to have a sharp piece of wood sticking out there. So the safest thing to do would be to take your shape tool and either move this over here, and then, I don't know why that didn't stay there. Never really seen that before. There must be two lines. Let's try this. Let's try grabbing this line. You know, see, I'm getting the circle. If you ever have that problem, because it's the Corel, if you don't want to touch that line perfectly, it's going to grab the outside surface. So let's go to Object and lock that line. Then, or that circle, then you can, well, so what you could do is come in this way. No, there's only one line there. I don't know why that, let me find that part again. That was so sharp. I do not know why the shape tool did that, where you can move the shape tool in it. Oh, there we go. I must have just been hitting something wrong. Then you could cut that out. And then when, on this case, you wouldn't have to smart fill it. But I would go around the perimeter and check things like that. There you go right there. This is going to cut out. So if we cut this out and this is out, that little bitty piece of wood or acrylic is going to fall or break. So a lot of things you could do. The easiest thing is just move that over. Take your virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. And I don't know, you know, these aren't joined. So if you're really going to do it a lot, I would take your Smart Fill tool and fill that in. And if you left click, right click, those two nodes that weren't joined, now all the nodes are joined. If you look, there are no arrows. Anyway, I hope that helped just a little bit. Thank you for watching.